The Ascension Island graveyard. Woo-woo. You see how all the bodies look like they've been buried above ground. Can't really say I blame anybody, because the living would have to dig through this volcanic rock. It's probably harder than hell. It looks like some of the graves are underground. So those people over there were buried by lazy people. Those people over there were buried by people who cared. I wouldn't dig in this ground. I gotta tell you, I had no idea there were war graves here. Commonwealth war graves. The only wars that I know that this island was associated with is the Second World War. But they had an airfield here. They had up to 25,000 planes fly out of here for the Second World War, for operations in the Middle East and Africa, and then also during the Falklands War. This was a staging area, the entire island, for that war. But I don't know why the hell they wouldn't take their dead back home with them. I mean, how sucky is that? You go fight a war for somebody and you don't make it. Alright, bad luck. But then they don't take you back to your loved ones. They leave you on a flippin' rock in the middle of nowhere. Ouch. That sucks. I would complain if I got killed and buried here. On every single beach you'll see these turtle nests. They're literally, if there's a patch of sand, turtles are coming out and laying eggs. So turtles have been an important part of this island's history. In the early 1800s, turtle meat was considered a delicacy. They had some turtle ponds over here, which they would capture the turtles, place them in the ponds, and then they could harvest them at their leisure. In 1 year, I think it was 1822, over 1,500 turtles were harvested for their meat. A lot were taken back to England. King George the IV, or one of the V's and the lines and stripes, I think it was the fourth, one line and a V, I think, used to eat a lot of them apparently, so they were sent to him. Turtles were apparently delicious, but of course since the 60s they've become a protected species, and now this island is a very, very, very important part of these guys' life cycle. Let me try to do the maths again now that I'm not as tired as I was the other day. So every year 24,000 nests, turtle nests, are dug on this island. Round about 30 eggs per nest. So 24,000, that's 240,000 times 3, let's call it 750,000 eggs are born. Not born, eggs don't get born. Let's say 750,000 eggs are laid every year on this island. One turtle in 1,000 is supposed to survive. Now, I've explained to you how much effort is involved in dragging yourself up as a turtle all the way up the beach, digging a massive trench, digging deep in the bottom of the trench again for the little egg pit, placing your eggs in there, and then pissing off back to the ocean before the morning. This is a massive, massive amount of energy, and 24,000 of these turtles are doing this, right? One egg in 1,000 will hatch and become, not one egg in 1,000 will hatch. Okay, if 750,000 eggs are hatched, I'm not that tired, but still my brain is a little, you know. So 750,000 eggs on the island. They all hatch. Boom. The little turtles run off. 1 in 1,000 turtles is said to make it to maturity, which means that in a season, all this effort, all these nests, all those eggs, only about 750 turtles will grow up and become mature turtles. 750 per year out of 750,000. That's like, the return on investment there is very weak. But at least they're protected now, and humans aren't feeding their flippin' faces with the turtles. That must help. Another very strange thing about this island, and it's something I always look for whenever I go, I always try and take a look at the ants. Ants are not the same everywhere you go. They're very, very different in some cases. Some of them are fast, some of them are slow, some of them are big, some of them are small, some of them have wings, blah, 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 blah. This place is weird because there's hardly any creatures here. Like almost none. Since I've been here, at the bar I was looking around, and the bar from time to time will serve food. There's drinks around, cool drinks, sweet stuff. You would think that if anywhere there's going to be some ants, it'll be around the bar. I managed to find 2 ants at the bar. 2 measly, tiny little ants. And these were the smallest little ants I ever seen. Okay, they're not the smallest ants I've ever seen, but they were very, very small. They were among the smallest I've ever seen, but they were also among the fastest ants I've ever seen. I mean, these things were like the Usain Bolt of the ant world. They're like gone. But all around here, wherever I've been in the jungle and stuff, I don't see much. No ants, I haven't seen any. They have some sort of scorpion-y looking jobbies here, apparently. I haven't seen any, and okay, I haven't taken that much time to look, but I haven't seen those. Besides crabs, which there are plenty of in this island, doesn't seem like there's much else. I've seen 1 or 2 flying things, but again, not much. Apparently some of the crew have been attacked by mosquitoes at night. Fortunately for me, mosquitoes don't like me. Don't know why, I never did them any harm, but it suits me quite fine. Everybody else gets bitten and I don't. I haven't even seen a mosquito, to be honest. Maybe it's just my eyes, but very little stuff everywhere. It's like a dead rock with a few sort of plants around here and there. Thanks to Charles Darwin for most of it. If it wasn't for him, it would just be a rock still. It's kind of creepy. In South Africa, where I'm from, the place is alive with insects. It's alive with crawly things and leapy things and bitey things and, you know, all of that. And sometimes you don't like them at home. You know, you like, piss off. You reach for a can of doom, you know, nuke half the beasties around. But when you come to a place like this and there are none, the absence is deafening. It's really, really noticeable. If I walk through an area like this in South Africa, there'll be bird calls, there'll be insects chirping, there'll be things scuttling, you will see them, you'll try and avoid them. Spiders deluxe. I haven't seen a spider on this island. That's one reason that I'm thinking of moving here permanently. I'm allergic to spiders. Don't like them in the least. Feelings mutual. That's why they bite me when they see me. I don't do the same. I don't reciprocate when I see them because I think they're repulsive. They probably taste like shit too. But there's like nothing here. Absolute silence. Just wind. Wind, wind, and lots of wind. As I said that, the wind picked up. How about that? How about that? They've got some birds here, of course. They've got a lot of seabirds, boobies, terns, and they have a frigate bird. They are absolutely stunning frigate birds if you've never seen one. They have some frigate birds on Ascension Island, which are endemic to Ascension Island. You will only find them here. They look similar to other frigate birds, but they are a little different in their own birdie kind of way. I'm not quite sure what it is. I've never dissected one, or if I look at it in the sky I think, oh, another frigate bird. But apparently here they, I don't know, weigh the balls and measure the beak and whatever it is that they do, and they determine that there's a different kind of frigate bird that lives here that's nowhere else in the world. I say, cool. Another reason to come to Ascension Island. I'm not sure if it's the case with other frigate birds, but these ones, when they're ready to mate, they have a big red sac under their cheek, their chin. Do they have chins? Do birds have chins? They got the beak and then the neck. On the neck, they have a big red sac that they inflate, you know, like a frog does, and that tells the female birds that they're ready to gooi. I suppose it's a good way as any. If humans had the same dating rituals, although I don't have a sac under my... I do have a weird chin though. I have a chin that slopes backwards slightly. I think it's a British thing. I have some sort of British ancestry, and the chin is like a wattle, almost like a wattle, like a turkey or a chicken. I've got a bit of a wattle. When I get older, that's gonna be more pronounced. Maybe then I'll get a bit more lucky with the birds, not the terns. The boobies, yeah, they're cool. I think the heat's getting to me. I've got sunstroke. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.